Hello, I'm Danielle Regina, and together with Géssyca, Penha, and Márcio Henrique, we did a project about aspiration, and now I'm going to present it. First, the description of the issue. What is aspiration? Aspiration is a linguistic phenomenon in English that consists of a brief puff of air squeezed through non-vibrating chords as the closure in sounds p, t, k is released. It is represented by a little h since it is considered to be similar to a h sound. Some examples are kill versus skill, and the other word paper, in which we have both occurrences in one word. A sound distribution in English. So, the consonant sounds present the following features. P is bilabial stop voiceless, T is alveolar stop voiceless, and K is alveolar stop voiceless. And all the three sounds can be aspirated stops. Usually, stops are formed by complete air obstruction followed by an abrupt release. However, aspirated stops present a little puff of air in a delay in the moment of release of the voice leg. It happens in the VOT, voice onset time, a time difference between the released and the beginning of vocal cord vibration as an extension over the vowel. When and where does it occur? These are the possible occurrences regarding aspiration. They will be aspirated. First, in a stressed syllable and initial position. Example, kill, clever, paper, till. Or in a non-stressed syllable and initial position. Example, potato, today, can you. Also, in a stressed syllable but medial position. Example, apply, account, attend. Or in a final position and preceded by S. Example, risk, list. Also, the occurrence can be optional or free variation, which means that it's unpredictable. And this will happen in a final position and preceded by a consonant, except for S, which is aspirated, so a consonant or a vowel. Example, cup, camp, milk, and heart. And these stops will be unaspirated in a stressed syllable and in a consonant cluster starting with S. Example, skill, street, spill. And also in a non-stressed syllable and in a medial position. Example, paper, the second P, lucky, and shelter. Now, how is it different from the sound in Brazilian Portuguese? First of all, in Brazilian Portuguese, the aspiration doesn't happen in the words. So, why is it or could it be an issue for L2 learners? Well, first, these consonant sounds present the following features in Brazilian Portuguese. P is bilabial stop voiceless, T is alveolar stop voiceless, and K is velar stop voiceless. So it's possible to notice that they present the same features as the ones in English. Therefore, for Brazilian learners of English to both differentiate and reproduce the sounds can be hard, since the more similar the phonetic features, the more difficult it can be for L2 learners. Also, in the VOT continuum, it doesn't happen a delay nor a puff of air, which is aspiration, in the moment of release of the closure, as in English. Thus, studies show that Brazilian Portuguese stops are always performed at complete obstruence with an abrupt release. One example that can be difficult for Brazilians is paper versus papel, since these words are extremely similar. But in English, paper presents the first P aspirated and not papel. Now I'm going to talk about the possible intervention. Why is this issue important to be addressed? Although it is always important for clarity of pronunciation, aspiration might not present a contrastive difference, especially in context, such as in paper, pronounced by a native speaker of English, versus paper, pronounced by a Brazilian L2 learner of English. However, studies have already shown that some words can present contrastive difference for native speakers and change the meaning of the word, such as the word pie in English. So, without the predictable occurrence of aspiration, pie, pronounced as the BP word pai, meaning father, by a Brazilian L2 learner of English, can be understood by native speakers as bai. This happens since b has the same manner and place of articulation than p, so studies show that p without aspiration can be heard as voiced by native speakers of English, hence b. Finally, some strategies and suggested activity. So, since aspiration might mainly consist of a little puff of air, which Brazilian Portuguese speakers are not used to, a suggested activity for L2 learners of English could be to: first, they could hold a sheet of paper, or it could be also their hand in front of their mouth, and then they could practice producing the stops p, t, k with aspiration and without it. For example, paper. In this way, the purpose of the paper sheet or the hand would be for the learners to see, in case of the paper, or feel, in case of their hand, whether the air is flowing through their mouth or not. Some examples of words, of interesting words, could be paper, since the first p should contain air but not the second. Pie, for clarity of pronunciation, in order to make sure it doesn't get mistaken with by, for example. And the last one, happy, since the p sound should not produce an airflow. So that was our presentation about aspiration. Thank you for watching. And here are the references.